Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Well, today's card is very simple. It's a half gatefold. We're using the New Horizons paper, which I know is retired now, but by the time you see the video anyways. The stamp set is Grassy Grove. We're going to use the Grove dies, soft suede ink and old olive ink pads, a couple of Stampin' Right markers. We're going to use some garden green, some Sahara sand, and probably some crumb cake and some bumblebee and early espresso, garden green cardstock. And I'm using just a piece of old craft cardstock. You could use crumb cake. The reason being is because I had it in my scrap bin, of course. And let's get started. So I want to show you this half of a gatefold, if you will. Simplest thing ever to do. You can do so much with this fold. I need to do a video on just the different cards you can make with this fold. So this is card base. Take this piece, fold it back, and give it a good going over with your bone folder. There you have a half of the gatefold. Look, so simple. Very, very simple. Next, I'm going to tell you the pieces we have. So this is going to have more of a border at the top and the bottom than it does on the side. Purposely, because the piece of DSP I'm using had 5 inches from here to there. So what you will need is a piece of garden green cardstock cut at 4 1/4 by 4. Piece of the New Horizons DSP, or your choice, okay, cut to 3 3/4 by 5. Now we're going to glue these two together real quick. Ooh. Yes, we're going to glue these together. I'm still going to do the technique I thought of. I'm going to do a bit of highlighting. This seems a little wonky to me. Maybe I should have trimmed it up. There you have it. Okay. We're not gluing that on the inside, not yet. Next we have for our front piece is 2-inch strip by 5 1/4 of garden green. Next is 1 3/4 inches by 5, and we're going to glue these two together. Okay. We're not going to glue these to our card base yet. In fact, I could probably get that out of the way, but our next piece will be glued to a card base. So give it a second. There we have it. So those two pieces we still need out. Next, we have a piece that is 1 3/4 inch by 5. And this piece now is going right in here, like so. And we're going to leave a little, we're going to glue just a sliver of it on this 1/4 inch strip of garden green. And the reason why I'm putting the glue all the way at the edge is I just want a wee little bit showing. Just the tiniest border there. This is for us to write something on our card. So next we are going to glue this down to our card. Oh, we're using very vanilla cardstock here, not basic white. So there we have it. Now we can set this aside. All right, we're going to do a little bit of a spotlighting technique on this half. First, oh, here's the stamp. Here's the stamp I used, and the coordinating die cuts off the very top. So I tried something. It didn't quite work, but we got 2 other tries. I cut it out of very vanilla first, and then I tried stamping onto it. Got a little blotchy there, but that's going to be okay. We need to cut this down so it goes all the way across the bottom. Now I do want this bottom edge of my garden green here, this edge to show. So I am just going to bring this to the side. I'm going to cut it with my guillotine cutter here. So let's bring this in. I'm going to cut this straight edge right there. And then I want this within like so. So my next cut needs to be at, let's see, what is this again? 3 3¾ of an inch. So right there, that much off. So we have this stamped on Very Vanilla. Then I put a piece of garden green on it and gave it a little background and did a little bit of fussy cutting. So this piece is going to get glued on like so. And don't glue anything up at the top. Just put like a line there because I have a deer or two going on here. And I say or two because I'm not sure if I want two or just the one in this picture yet. And we have some trees going on here. So that is our panel, but I want to do a bit of like spotlighting, and I want it to be, what do I do with my card base now? It's hiding from me. I want, this is coming in like so, okay? I want my thing to be about right here, right there. So I'm going to hold my thumb there. I'm going to punch. You can use a die. This is a 1 1/4 inch die. So I'm coming in roughly about an inch in. I am going to pop that like so. Now we can put this in our card. And I'm doing that because I am going to recess a 1 inch circle in there with the saying that someone is me. I am making a card right now for a friend who's going through a little bit of a hard time, and I want them to know that I am here for them. So this is going to be recessed in there, and you won't see it until you open it up, okay? So in fact, let's go ahead and get that done. This is what we're stamping, that someone is me, and we are going to use the soft suede to do so right there. And like I said, I'm using a 1 inch circle punch. You could use a die. That is up to you. This is just more convenient for me. There we go. Now I'm simply popping that in there. No backing it or anything or up on a dimensional. I just want it recessed in there. Just spotlighting our little sentiment. Now this piece we can go ahead. Oh no, we can't do this yet because we're going to try this again. I saw somebody do this. This is how they like to stamp, is doing their die cut first and then stamping their image. I didn't have too much luck at first, but let's try again. So here we have our other grassy field image, if you want, from our stamp set, Grassy Grove. I'm going to come in here with the old olive and stamp the bottom. My old olive sponge dauber. I'm going to bring the ink back down a bit. And I'm going to add some more because it got way too much came off. All right. So next I'm going to use Stampin' Write markers here. I'm coming in with the, oh, I know what I made a mistake. Okay. That's why I wanted to stamp it all up. Let's stamp this completely up. Now you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I'm taking my finger actually, and I'm wiping off the ink almost to the bottom. Okay. I'm going to clean my finger off. That's an Old Olive. Now I'm going to do some of the grasses with my Stampin' marker. Not all of them, just some of them, getting some color in here. Next, I'm going to bring in the crumb cake and do some like they're brown. And there are some little flowers in here. I am going to do those in the bumblebee, and I got these colors from the back of the New Horizons DSP. So I'm just kind of going over what I think is a flower. I'm going to bring back my garden green. Get some more in there, bringing it up from the bottom. Now I'm going to do a bit of a huff, just breathing on it. And we are going to try to line it up. See how I can do with this. This is take 2 on this effort. We'll see what it comes out like. Ew, not perfect, not bad. It's kind of crooked. So what I did on the other one, how I fixed it, is I got my snips. First of all, Old Olive. I'm gonna take some of this off, and then I'm taking it and going over and coming up so it looks like it's more filled in. Now I'm going to take this, and where I didn't get it right up to the line, I am just snipping. And then, yes, we are going to line it again with some more garden green, like so. So here we go. I want it all the way down at the bottom, because I'm just cutting around the top of it. Just fussy cutting it. I didn't want to do black like a shadow. I thought the garden green would go nice with it. Now I'm gonna maybe I should really get up close. Okay, so this piece now is actually, we could make it hang over like so, but I didn't want it originally to hang over, because those are different pieces. I could let it hang over. Okay, we're gonna let it hang over, but we are gonna cut this, and please let this be just straight enough to work. So next we are going to adhere this from here to here. Okay, from where I cut the hopefully straight end across the bottom like so. Now we are going to glue this piece. Don't put any glue there. And let's put it on our panel. there we have it. So our half gatefold is coming along. We're going to get one more chance, it looks like, to do this stamp on top of the die cut with these trees that came in the stamp set. Now for these, the first thing I'm going to do is use some early espresso in the center of these trees. And I'm not being all too careful. Oops. Next, I'm going to bring in my crumb cake. And I'm going to dot along the sides of here where there could be branches. Okay. And then I'm going to take my old olive again. Do it like so. Now I'm coming in with the garden green. And I am going to... I got the old olive going on the edges. I'm skipping some so it maybe has a little bit of depth in it. Or maybe we should just cover it all up in garden green. It might look better. All that other work I just did for nothing. We'll see. Oh, let's see. I'm going to come back in with the crumb cake and go over this. I see where either the ink has gotten. I'm bringing it in some areas just to give it some depth. Now let's try again. I'm going to do the same technique, huffing on it. Let's see if I can get it turned right. Now, once again, this really is not a method, I think, for me to be using, but I'm going to try again. Third time is a charm, right? Let's see. I would say for me, it's still easy to do it the other way. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh, third time is a charm. Wow, look at that. But I want to take my garden green, my old olive sponge dauber, and fill my trees in. They're looking a little, I don't have to re-ink it. Just go around the edge. And I'm going to set this aside and come on the inside a bit. And there you can see our trees. Now this side looks a little sparse, so I think we're going to put our trees right there. And I don't like that this is, what is this color? I think this is my soft suede. It is. We're going to bring soft suede in here and run it along our tree trunk so it's not so stark. So let's glue this down in its spots. And that's why we did not, when I glued this down, I left a little space in there so I could glue my tree line. Like so. Next, we're going to work on our sentiment, and I'm going to use, it's either the dual oval or the double oval punch. I'm just doing the top one first, and we're going to do that in this little snippet of garden green. Next, we're going to cut that in half on our guillotine, because I want a straight line, though really I guess wouldn't matter. And then, where is my, there it is. I'm like, where's my scrap bit of Very Vanilla? So our next bit is going to be stamped in soft suede. And it says, sometimes you need to know that someone really cares. This is from the Grassy Grove stamp set. I love this. I love the script. It's pretty and not too overly ornate. So I'm just getting the U and the T lined up here. and giving it a punch. Not going to do anything else to that as far as any sponging, but I am going to back it in these half strips of the same punch. So there's a goober. So let's turn this over. Just like so. And here's the one at the bottom. Okay, this is going to come right here. So we're only, oops, maybe I should have let it sit for a minute. Let's really push it down there so it stays. Next, I need to cover up. See how this is here? I don't want you to see that on the other side. So let's see if I can fix that with, see what I did? I just stuck it in there, got an extra piece. And we're going to cover that up like so. And it will also give us a mark for our, where we're going to just make sure you get it going the right place. So just like so. It's not showing. We need it to be straight though. There. Now this piece here is going to butt just like that, okay? So we're putting glue now on this section. In there. Really darling, very serene looking card. Oops. Now I don't need my ink pads. I'm going to close these up for now. And my marker. And I told you I did some deer. I did these little deer. I did 4 of them. These made me think of mother and baby, so I didn't want to use those 2 little ones. But these, if you die cut them, they go like so. But if you flip one, one is looking back at the other. So this one is going to get glued right, just tucking it. Oh, I think I'm going to actually put it right there. So we're going to put some glue on the legs only. It's where these little glue bottles come in. The hip. We are going to glue. He's taking a walk in the woods there, or she is. Could be a male before summer. So this one now, I told you we left room. This one's going to get tucked in. So we're just flipped it over. Picking it up that little bit. This one, like I said, is looking back like, I got you. So there is our card. Sometimes you need to know that someone really cares. That someone is me, and you have space to write in an encouraging word to your friend. And let's not forget our envelope now, okay? So let me grab my envelope supplies. I had it. Oh, where did my little strip of paper go to? I had. Here we go. This was left over. Hold on, I'm getting it out. I didn't want it to get lost. That you can see is the same. And my vanilla envelope. Let's see. Here we go. So this little strip was left over, and we are simply, you got it, adding this right here. So beautiful little card. And I'm going to snip this off And it's that simple to decorate your card, especially when you have just a strip. Don't throw it away if it's from the same card. So that is my card. Let me get it in picture, sorry. So that's the strip coordinating with our card. Sometimes you need to know that someone really cares. That someone is me. This will mail perfectly flat, won't cost you but a regular postage stamp. I hope you enjoyed this half gatefold card. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Help me grow my channel. Let me get out there to more viewers and your friends. Let them know. I am here to share with you the love I have for paper crafting, and I really do love this. I enjoy this so much. In fact, right now, today, it's a few days before my birthday, I am going to put my order in. I can't wait. So I'll see you guys again soon, all in my wonderland. Bye-bye now.